Well, hello there, Taurus. This will be all about the week of November 24th to the very end of the month being the 30th. So it's going to feel really satisfying to wrap up this week, this month. But jumping into your overall oracle that I did pre-poll, you received gratitude. And so right off the bat, when I pre-polled this, I got very loving energy, all right? But then also we have the peace card at the bottom of the deck. And so I feel like it's a week where you're really experiencing the peace taking over. But also all the meanwhile, there's a lot of caring and connecting kind of energies floating around. You're feeling like it's more than ever important and even easy for you to reconnect differently, more effectively and strategically to this and that of importance to you. That could be, one of your loved ones. It could be your workload. It could be a project or a hobby of yours. For some of you, it's about your home life somehow. And I do feel either way, it's going to be extremely satisfying for you to reconnect, again, differently to what you're meant to feel connected to at this point. And I see a lot of quality, positive, satisfying results coming to you because of the way, things are connecting, efficiently throughout the week. And naturally, as it is the gratitude card, it's a week where you're really, really grateful for even the simple things and the peace all the meanwhile. It's the sense of you really being part of why the week is a peaceful period for you. But, Mercury retrograde being the last of which is playing into it. But I feel there's just sort of this gentle smile kind of energy about you, while you're just genuinely thankful that things are better than they once were. You're genuinely thankful for the chance to get up each day out of the week and look at things in a bright way, on the right getting up on the right side of the bed is basically what I'm hearing. You're grateful to have each day set of new chances, opportunities to mold your existence into more of what you want. Does that make sense? Anyways, as we get a bit carried away, I want to say as well, there's a lot of paying very close attention to you. I feel like there's spirits very much watching you intently for the better and for the worse, but I see a lot of people throughout the week in your physical reality staring at you, heads churning, but I really need you to feel things out throughout the week, because it's seeming like you're at times wanting to jump the gun. At certain points, you're, wanting to surpass or overlook the intuitive process, that intuitive feeling or two that you just got. And so they're wanting you to take your time and feel things out. All right, it's going to make the world of a difference. But moving on to the tarot portion of your reading, we do have the Ten of Wands, as well as the Page of Swords. And so with this being over here in the same placement as one of Leo's recent readings, you may want to hop over there. But it seems like you do have a lot on your plate, right? And it's seeming like it's quite continuous to the point where I'm getting the message of you do one thing, you check one thing off your list, and then it's kind of, you got to hop to the next. Or it's great that got done and that's off my plate, but there's this and that ahead that I still have to tackle, take on, or accomplish otherwise. But then they're reminding you that you're in control, right? In regards to how you go about managing all that's on your plate, but in regards to how you view it, right? How you feel about it. Remembering all the meanwhile, Taurus, you're a powerful manifester in this lifetime. And you just don't want to be making things heavy where they don't need to be, right? You don't want to make things feel more daunting or annoying, okay, than they need to be, as far as what still needs to get done. But then I also feel like at times, to be honest with you, as much as it is a peaceful and productive week for you, the energy feels heavy. This could be in regards to where you're living currently, where you're working. It could be out and about, a friend's house or shopping somewhere, but it really feels like you're just maybe at certain points fed up or over people having heavy energy, right? And of course your spirituality plays into the energy of where you're physically at in the moment, but it seems to be more about who's in your midst physically, all right? But if you can, just make sure you adjust your physical location if the energy is shifting that poorly. But the Page of Swords over here is talking about you not only being a bit of a messenger throughout the week for spirits, you know, providing other people what they need to hear the most, but it seems to be sort of this give and take energy with certain people, okay? But it feels to be also a give and take where Spirit's giving you messages that you need to hear the most, while they're saying, you know, there's some extra messages that we need you to share with certain other people, all right? And so with that said and done, and I'm also seeing a vision of the High Priestess, Taurus, it's a very spiritual week ahead of you, all right? And I do see people speaking about this as well, reminding me of this past weekend. More than one conversation came up with me and my coworkers about that specific restaurant being haunted. Anyways, but I do feel it's a period where you're learning a bit more about what is to be expected moving forward. And it's this energy we need you to be in where you're grateful for what you're gaining clarity-wise, and then you're trusting the fact that whatever else is needing to come in or is meant to come in clarity-wise, information-wise, it will, you know, in due time. But animals seem to be significant. You know, I'm being drawn to whatever animal this is here, but it feels like a week where, you know, whether you get visions, dreams of importance with images of animals that, you know, have meaning for you, or it could be more you're actually seeing them in your physical reality. It could be things like ads, TV shows, you name it. But animals will pop up, and Spirit saying, search the animal, and then spiritual meaning. There's something for you. The Ace of Swords on the left-hand side, as well as the Five of Swords in the reversal. I feel like you're learning more about why things aren't as stressful as they could be in comparison to how they once were. But I also want to say that the way that you're gaining and providing certain key points of information feels to be very smooth, very easygoing. It's a lack there of stress wrapped up into it. And so it's this kind of flow that I feel you're in where I'm hearing you're navigating a lot easier, a lot better for yourself and your path, but there's just a smooth way about you flowing and communicating and receiving throughout the week. That's it. Anyways, and then all the meanwhile, the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Swords over here is saying that you are meant to be gaining some clarity throughout the week in regards to how to best handle all that is going to be on your plate moving forward, all that lies ahead. You know, and it even feels like Spirit's saying we each need to be lightening up the energy, right? Because it can be a peaceful period all the meanwhile, but then it can be heavy in energy. It can still feel like a lot. And so it is a period where they're asking you, what do you intuitively feel needs to be picked off of your plate or adjusted in one way, shape, or form, or what could be added on somehow to your day-to-day life in order to lighten up the energy, right? In order to feel like things are lighter, brighter, healthier for you. And you may even gain some helpful hints or key phrases of importance from Spirit to assist with that. Anyways, but I really feel like you're going to be better understanding why you want what you want throughout the week, okay? Now that could come through as far as your wants in a very immediate manner or soon after the fact, right? The near future. But I feel for a lot of you, there's something larger that you want for the future, and you're already quite grateful for the fact that you feel it's going to come to be at some point moving forward. But it feels like that's something that you are, what was I saying? You are gaining clarity in regards to, wow, a Spirit just made me blank out. I feel like you could have finished that message for yourself. Anyways, I'm so sorry. But, oh yeah, you're better understanding throughout the week at certain points why you want that larger wish fulfillment, that larger change or situation of some sort, all right? Wow, the struggle is quite real. And you're also, I don't know why I thought that was 29, and they were pushing me to add them up, so I feel the number 11 is going to show up as well as the number 5. And what they're saying is things are shifting, things are changing for you, and you're going to gain multiple wish fulfillments in the month of December. beautiful, because they're saying, you know, the year of 2025 has not been simplistic for you. It has not been everything you were hoping for. And it's not to say it's all been doom and gloom and all negative and whatnot, but it's to say that, you know, we're needing to kind of get through this last stretch of November and Mercury retrograde to the point where then December is full of wish fulfillments and positives for you and sets you up for a whole new set of energies and success to spark 2026. All right. But why don't we leave your weekly reading at that? I hope it was truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light. Take care.